Good morning, everyone. Hello, can you hear me? Hello. Good morning, dears. Can you hear me? Thank you. Good morning, Nutaila. Good morning, Mariam. Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me? Nutaila only can hear me? Yes. Okay, Ryan. Good morning, Rufaida and Mariam. How are you all? Thank you, Basant. Good morning. Hello, dears. Good morning, all of you. So we are going to begin our session. Hello, everyone. I miss you all so much. I miss you so much. Okay, today we are going to begin a new session. It's going to be a revision. Okay, thank you. Okay, it's good to hear you again. We are going to begin our second revision and it's going to be on the grammar. Okay, so pay attention. We are going to revise very important items today. Okay. First of all, I miss you too, Nutaila. Thank you very much, dear. I miss you so much. Okay, we are going to begin today with the future simple tense. Let's remind each others of something which is very important. First of all, yes, Ryan, we are going to start now. Okay, pay attention. So, we are going to begin with the future simple tense. And remember that we use will for future plans and prediction. So let's explain this again. We said that anytime I want to speak in the future, I have some future plans, I am going to use the word will. So I use will for future plans and prediction. If I want to predict something, if I can see, for example, the weather is very cloudy, I can predict that it's going to rain. So again, will, it's going to be used for future plans, something I'm going to do in the future, or in the prediction, I predict something I can see now, so I can predict what will happen next time. Let's see an example now. I will watch a horror film after 3 hours. Now in this sentence, I have the word after 3 hours. Of course, I understand that this is future. This is something going to happen after 3 hours. So I'm going to use the future simple tense. I use the verb will watch. I will watch a horror film after 3 hours. So again, I use the word will and infinitive form, which is watch. Another very important thing, the negative form of will be what? Won't plus verb stem. So again, won't plus verb stem. If you want to change any future tense into the negative, we are going to use won't plus verb stem. Let's see now. Example. Okay. My uncle won't visit us tomorrow because he's ill. Here we have a sentence. We said that our uncle is ill. So can he watch us? Can he visit us? No, he cannot visit us. So we are going to say he won't visit us. He won't visit us. Why we are going to say won't in the negative? Because he is ill, so he cannot visit us. And of course we say after won't verb stem, won't visit us, won't visit us. And the third important point here, in the question form, we begin with will plus the pronoun plus verb stem. Like what? Let's read an example. Will she have a party next week? Will she have a party next week? Here again, we have the keyword next week. So we know that it's future. Next week means future. So I'm going to begin my question with the word will. So I'm going to say, will she have a party next week? Let's go now to the second part, which is comparative and superlative. Mariam Hani, check your connection, please. What about the others? Can you hear me? Mariam Hani, please check your connection. Your friends can hear me well. Check your internet, please. So, okay. Yassine Majid, can you hear me? Yusuf, can you hear me? Thank you, Nutaila. Okay, so the problem is there with you, yeah, Mariam. Check your connection. Okay, the comparative and the superlative form. We said before that we use adjectives to form them. So we must use adjectives to form the comparative and the superlative form. Adjectives like what? Like big, small, old, young, tall, long. These are adjectives. So we use these adjectives to form the comparative and the superlative form. Second point, we can compare between things, people, and animals. So we can compare with things like this example. If you look at the picture here, hello, Hamza. So you are going to see that we are comparing between 3 pencils. And of course, the pencils are things. So here we are going to compare pencil number 1, pencil number 2, and pencil number 3. If you look at pencil number 1, you are going to describe it as short. So pencil number 1 is short. Okay? What about pencil number 2, the yellow and green one? Yes, it's shorter, shorter. What about pencil number 3? Yes, it's the shortest. So if we compare things like the pencils, we are going to say short, shorter, shortest. Short, shorter, shortest. So what about number 2? People. How can we compare people? Like picture number 2, we can see here 3 girls. So we can compare the girls, the boys, or any people using the comparative and the superlative form. So if you look at girl number 1, you are going to see that she is sad, sad. What about girl number 2? She is sadder. She is crying much more than the other. So girl number 1 is sad. Girl number 2, she is sadder. This means that she is crying more than her friend. What about girl number 3? She's the saddest, or he is the saddest. The saddest means he is the most one who is crying. So again, if we compare people, we are going to say sad, sadder, the saddest. Sad, sadder, the saddest. What about number 3, the animals? Now we are going to compare animals. So we are going to compare the animals now, okay? Look at these animals in the picture here. You are going to compare animal number 1 is big. Animal number 2 is bigger than the first one. And animal number 3 is the biggest. So again, when we compare the animals, we are going to say big, bigger, and the biggest. So let's move on. So now we can remember that we use adjectives in comparative and superlative form. So let's see now what are the difference between comparative and the superlative form. Let's now read. Begin with the comparative. Here in the picture, as we can see, we can compare 2 pictures only. So we use the comparative form to compare 2 things or people. So again, we use the comparative form to compare between 2 things or people, 2 only. And the form of the comparative will be what? Yes, let's read. We add the adjective plus er plus than. Adjective plus er plus than. Let's read an example. The car is faster than the bike. As you can see down, you can see a car and a bike. Which one is faster? Yes, We can read that the bike is fast, but the car is faster. So when we compare two things, like the bike and the car, we are going to say the car is faster than the bike. So we must say fast plus ER plus than. Faster than. What about the superlative? Now, very good, Muhammad. Muhammad Tolba, I think you are Osama, right? Very good, Osama. Excellent boy. Very good, Loreen. So now we are going to read the superlative form. What does it mean, the superlative form? Yes, we compare here more than two people or things. Now we are going to compare two or more than two people or things. Maybe two or three, maybe four, maybe five, any number plus 3. So we compare more than two people or things. And what about the form? Yes, we are going to add the plus adjective to form the superlative form. The plus adjective plus est. The plus adjective plus est. Let's read an example. Grandma is the oldest one in my family. Here down in the picture, you can see father is old, uncle is older than father, but grandma is the oldest one. She's so old, she cannot even walk. So she's very old. So we describe my grandma that she is the oldest one in my family. So again, the form will be the oldest one, the oldest. The plus old, the adjective, plus est. So again, grandma is the oldest one in my family. Let's move on. The question words. Of course, we remembered and we revised the question words more than one time. So we are going to remember some very important rules. First of all, before you form any question, you must cross the answer. Pay attention. Very good, Osama. Yes, it's very, thank you, Ryan. Yes, I know it's very easy. Very good, Osama and Ryan. So before you form any question in the WH question word, we must remember to cross the answer. The second one, pay attention. After any helping verb, you must put the main verb in the infinitive form. Let's remember again, what does it mean, the infinitive form? Infinitive form means what? Means verb only. Verb with no S, no ing, no er, nothing. We are going to put the verb only. So the word verb stem means verb only without any addition, without anything at the end. So let's remember, after any helping verb, I must put what? Verb infinitive. Let's see some examples. Where does Dina go yesterday? Here we have a question. Let's pay attention. How can we form this question? We said, where does Dina go every day? Where is the helping verb here? Does, very good. The helping verb here is the word does. So after does, how can we put the second verb? Yes, in the infinitive. Look at the verb go. Verb go is the infinitive here. Can we see any S here? No, we cannot see S. Can we see any ing here? No. So after does, we put go in the infinitive. And remember our rule? We said does eats the S. Does eats the S. What does it mean? Does eats the S? It means after does, no S. Do you remember our song? So again, we said after does, no S. After does, verb stem. Does only? No. We said before that, any helping verb, when I use it, I put the verb, this is the second verb or the main verb, into the infinitive. Thank you, Yasin Magid. Now in the second example, we have will. We have the verb will. Again, will is a helping verb. So if I form a question into the future, how can I form it? Let's read. What will you do next summer. What will you do next summer? Of course, as you can see here, this is a question in the future. How can we know? Yes, because I have the verb will. So what will you do? Let's check. What did we do after will? How can we put the main verb? Yes, very good. After will, again, I put the second verb into the infinitive form. So let's remember the rule again. After any helping verb, do or does or will or can, I must put the second verb, the main verb, the action into the infinitive. So after will, I put do. After does, I put go. That's why Hamza, why don't you understand, ya Hamza? We said before again, I'm going to repeat for Hamza. Again, ya Hamza, we have a rule which is very important. Any sentence can have two kinds of verbs. One is called the helping verb and the second one is called the main verb. Helping verb like what? Like the green ones, ya Hamza. Pay attention and look at the sentence, at the questions here. We have the green verbs here. I call them helping verbs. The verb does, the verb will, the verb do, I call them helping verb because they help the verb or they carry the main verb. So what about the second kind of a verb? It's the main verb of the sentence. What does it mean, main verb, ya Hamza? It means the action, the thing I'm going to do in the sentence. Go, do, swim, eat, and so on. So again, Hamza, where does Dina go? After does, I put the verb into the infinitive, ya Hamza. Where does Dina go? The second verb, I put it into the infinitive. Run, very good, ya Doreen. So what will you do? Why I put do in the infinitive? Because after will, verb stem. I put do because it's a verb stem. So what about the second one? After does, verb stem again. Where does Dina go? Why do I use go into the infinitive, ya Hamza? Because after the main verb, after the helping verb, I put the main verb into the infinitive. So the question will be, where does Dina go every day? What will you do next summer? Okay, Hamza, do you understand now? So let's now move on and remember the question words. We said, so Notaila, check your connection, please. Check your connection. They all can hear me. Okay, so now let's revise the question words and their usages. So let's move on. Let's remember that the word who, we use it for persons. If we are talking about persons or names, we are going to choose the word who. So again, who is for persons. The word what, the question word what is for things, animals, and actions. This means what? If I'm going to ask about things, if I'm going to ask about animals, if I'm going to ask about actions, something I do, I'm going to use the word what. So let's go on to number 3, where. Let's remember the rule, where for places. Where for places. If I'm going to ask about a place, a country, a city, any place, I'm going to ask with the word where. What about when? We said before that when for time. If I want to ask about a time, I'm going to use the word when. What time? Again here, the word what time speaks about time again. But this time, I'm going to ask about exact time. Exact time. Thank you, Hamza. Now you can understand. Very good, Habibi. Okay. So now, what time? It's for the exact time. What does it mean, exact time? It means the clock. I have a certain time, an exact time. So if the answer has a clock or an exact time, I'm going to use the question word what time. So if I want to ask about any other time, like in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, I just put the word when. Okay, let's now go to the word how. How is for transportation. Thank you. You can hear me now? That's very good. So now, How for transportation. Remember, what does it mean, the word transportation? Car, bus, bike, taxi, bike, plane, anything we can ride, anything we can drive or ride. So let's remember again, how for transportation. How for transportation. If I want to ask about the thing I drive or I ride, I'm going to use how. And again, how for status, happy, sad, and so on. What about now how old? We have here two similar words. We have how for transportation. Very good, Adam. It's for age. We have here word how for transportation, and we have how old for age. If I want to know your age or your friend's age, I'm going to use how old. Why? I use the word why for reason. For reason. Why are you sad? Why are you happy? Why are you sleeping? So I use why for reasons. And now I want to see the word how many for numbers. If I'm going to count something, if I'm going to know the number, I want to ask about the number, I'm going to use the word how many. What about how much? Yes, how much is for the price. How much we pay money for this thing. If I want to buy a dress or a car or anything I'm going to buy and I want to know the price, I am going to ask using the word how much. So again, the red ones here, I call them WH words or question words. Let's move on and let's start our questions quickly. If you know the answer, please write in the chat. So I'm going to correct your answers. Here we are going to form questions and pay attention. We are going to form questions in all the tenses that we have taken in the present simple, in the future simple, and using verb to be. So let's begin with our question or with our sentence, sorry. Ali is my best friend. And I have an underline under the name Ali. How can I form a question here? I want to see your answers. Wake up. Wake up. Very good, Yasin Magid. Very good. Who? Very good. What about the rest? Excellent boy, Yasin. Mariam. Very good, Mariam. Who? Excellent. What about the others? Wake up, Adam. Very good, Adam. So now, very good, Asir. Very good, Ruqayya. Esther, very good, Adam. Excellent, boys and girls. So here, very good, Loreen. I am going to use very good, Jesse. Who? Because I'm asking about the name. But pay attention. In this sentence, I have the verb is. So I'm going to say who and I use is because I have is in the sentence. So the question will be, who is your best friend? Who is your best friend? Again, I take the word is from the sentence because now the sentence is using verb to be. So I take verb to be from the sentence as it is. So, who is your best friend? Very good, Osama. Number two. Sentence number two, they will buy a new house. They will buy a new house. Now, I have an underline under the word a new house. Of course, a new house, it's a thing. So how can I ask about things? Very good, Loreen. What? Very good. Very good. So here I'm going to use what. But pay attention. Very good, Mariam Hani. Pay attention here. I have will in the sentence. So the question will be what? Very good, Alia. Very good, Khadija. So I'm going Yusuf Yasser. Very good. So I'm going to use the word will. What with will? So let's now read the question. What will they buy? What will they buy? So now why did I use the word will? Because I have will in the question. And why did I use the word what? Because I'm asking about what? A thing. So let's now read the question. What will they buy? What will they buy? By the way, if the connection is cut, please join me again. I'm going to join it again, so press it again if there is any problem and it's cut. So let's read again the questions. Just a minute. So what will they buy? let's go to number 3. She lives in Alexandria. She lives in Alexandria. How can I form the question here? So here I have lives. I can see what? S in the verb. I can see S in the verb. So how can I form this question? Remember, in the present simple, I look at the S. If I see S in the verb, I'm going to use does. So I'm going to say where. So Alexandria, of course, it's a place. So I'm going to use the word where. I'm going to use the word where with does. So let's now form the question. Alexandria, it's a place. I'm going to use where using what the verb does. So the question will be, very good Adam, very good Adam Muhammad. So where does she live? Why do I use the question word where? Because Alexandria is a place. And what about does? Why did I choose? Why did I use the word does? Because I have S in the verb. Again, pay attention, Jessie. Pay attention, Jessie. You forget the verb. I must put does. Very good, Nutaila. Excellent girl. Ruqayya. Excellent girl. Complete the question, Ruqayya. So I am going now to use the word where does she live? Very good, Ruqayya. Very good, Nutaila. Yes, very good. Jessie, you must add a verb. You cannot make a question without a verb. So I must say, where does she live? Again, why do I use does? Because I have S in the verb. So let's go to number 4. I will travel to Paris tomorrow. Now I have the word tomorrow underlined. So I am going to ask about the word tomorrow. How can I ask about tomorrow? Tomorrow is a time. Very good, Adam. I have will. Very good, Mariam. Very good, Yasin. Mariam Hani and Yasin. Excellent. Yasin Majid. So I am going to use when. Very good, Adam and Loreen. No, Loreen, it's not a place, Noreen. Now I have tomorrow, it's a time. So I'm going to use when. So after when, Nutaila, pay attention. Tomorrow is a time, ya Nutaila. So I'm going to say when. So what about the helping verb? I have will in my sentence. So the question will be, when will you travel to Paris? When will you travel to Paris? Excellent boy, Adam. Very good girl, Jessie and Loreen. When? Because tomorrow is a time. Very good, Yusuf Yasser. So, and will, because the sentence have will. So the question will be, when will you travel to Paris? Let's go to number 5. Very good, Khadija. Okay, I get up at 7 o'clock every day. Now I have an underline on the word 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock now it's a time, but pay attention. Now I have an exact time. It's a clock. So how can I ask about the clock? I can say when nada, but it's perfect. Yes, very good, Yasin Magid. I must say here what time. Excellent boy, Yasin Magid. What time? Very good, Nutaila. Excellent, Nutaila. Excellent, Yusuf Yasser, Mariam Hani. So, Loreen, pay attention when I'm going to use not exact time. But now, very good girl, yeah, Jessie. What time? Because I have a clock. So the question will be, what time? What time do you get up every day? What time do you get up every day? So I use what time because the clock is an exact time. So what about do? I look at the verb here. Can I see an S? No S. So I'm going to put do, not does. So I will say, what time do you get up every day? Let's go to number 6 now. We go to school by bus. We go to school by bus. Now I have an underline on the word by bus. By bus, it's a transportation. Very good, Ruqayya. Excellent girl. Very good, Mariam Hani. Very good, Adam. Very good, Mariam. So I'm going to use the word how. Very good, Adam, again. So how? Because it's a transportation. Very good, Osama. So how? And go to the verb. Can I see an S here? Very good, Yasin Magid. Jessie, again, you forget the verb here, Jessie. How? Do you go to school, Jesse? And don't forget the question mark and the verb. Very good, Nada. So again, how do you go to school? Very good, Adam, Muhammad. So we say how, because I'm asking about the transportation. Very good, Nutaila. Don't forget the question mark, Nutaila. And we look at the verb. If I see S, I'm going to put does. Can you see S here? No. So I'm going to say, how do you go to school? Salma, why don't you understand? Salma, you didn't study the question words? They are very easy. Dina is 11 years old. Here I have an underline on 11 years old. 11 years old is what? Yes, it's an age. So how can I ask about the question, Ryan and Salma? Why don't you understand? You must study the question word carefully. We said before that each question word has a certain answer. Pay attention, Ryan and Salma. Each question word has an answer. You look at the answer and think, what is it? Is it a name? So you are going to use who. Is it a thing? You are going to say what. Is it a place? You are going to say where. Now we have in this sentence an age. Go to number 7. Thank you, Yasin Magid and Mariam Hani. Very good, Nutaila, Yasin Magid and Hani, Mariam Hani. So Dina is 11 years old. Pay attention, Ryan and Salma. 11 years old, it's an age. Very good, Adam. How can I ask about the age? Yes, I'm going to say how old. And then go to the verb. What's the verb in the sentence here? Dina is very good, is Dina. So the question will be, how old is Dina? Let's read now the question. Salma, yes, you can understand now? Salma, can you understand me now? Ryan, can you understand me? So, how old is Dina? Why did I use how old? Because I am asking about an age. Why did I use is? Because the sentence has is. Please, Salma and Ryan, answer. Thank you. Ryan can understand. Salma, now you can understand. Very good. So now, let's go to number 8. Thank you. Now you can understand. Very good. How old is Dina? Very good, Jessie. Okay. Number 8. Mother will sleep because she's tired. I told you before again, pay attention. Look at the underlined sentence. Because she's tired. Very good. Very good, Yasin, Magid, and Adam. Very good. And Mariam Hani, I can see that this is a reason because she is tired. It's a reason. How can I ask about reason? You must memorize them. So I ask about reason using the word why. Mother will sleep because she's tired. So I am going to cross because she's tired and say what? And say what? Yes, say why. Very good, Alia. I am going to say why. Then look at the verb in the sentence. What's our verb here? Future, will. So it's going to be why will mother sleep? Very good, Yusuf Yasser. Very good, Loreen. I am going to say, why will mother sleep? Why did I use the word will? Because the sentence is in the future. I can see will here. So I'm going to take it. Why will mother sleep? Jessie, pay attention. You are very good, Jessie. Yes, that's correct. Why will mother sleep? Why will mother sleep? Let's go to number 9. Sarah reads 2 books every month. Sarah reads 2 books every month. Here I have an underline under the word 2. 2 is a number. How can I ask about numbers? 2 is a number. How can I ask? Very good, Mariam Hani. How many? Very good. What about the other? Very good,